Hello race fans and welcome again to my YouTube channel. I'm VR Stuntman and this is round 2 of the GT300 League at www.vrroom.org, and we're at the Twin Ring Motegi. This is the full road course, 2.98 miles of it, and on pole position you can see it is a Yamaha RX-7, and it's not scale breaker on pole. On pole position we have Jordan, and well done to Jordan for finally ending Breaker's pole streak. So hopefully Jordan can bring this car home ahead of Breaker in the race as well, because it'd be nice to see a different winner. Here's Breaker, second on the grid, so he hasn't been bumped down too far down the grid. Third, this is Slash, who swapped from an RX-7 to a Autobax Garaya for this race. Fourth in the sister car is Stuntman. Fifth on the grid is N10 with his Celica, and sixth on the grid and the fastest or second fastest of the RX-7s is Malada. Malada was only 0.6 or 7 off pole, but a long way down the grid. Despite that, in 6th place. 7th on the grid we have Dylan, good qualifying by him to put that car there. 8th is Rayman, qualified 8th for the last round as well. 9th on the grid is Slicker in the Celica, and finally bringing up the rear Shinobi in the Subaru. So we'll get on with the racing, and we're looking at the lead cars, and it's a good start by everybody there. And oh, that's Breaker getting into Jordan, getting him sideways, and Breaker lifted off the gas to let Jordan resume in the lead, and that's really bunched the field as they come down the second straight into a very tight left hander. They're 3 abreast, those Garayas, 3 abreast, and Breaker has been hung out to dry. So it's Jordan from Slash, from Stuntman from N10, Breaker down to 5th. Then Dylan has just gone past Malada for 6th. A whole swarm of cars at the back. Let's have a quick look at that. And this is Malada and Jordan, sorry, Malada and Dylan side by side. And Dylan holds on to that 6th place. Slicker is up to 8th, Shinobi up to 9th, and Rayman has had a poor start and dropped to 10th. So riding on board with Jordan. This is his rear view, and he's just easing away from Slash at the moment. Slash with Stunt, N10 and Breaker in a line behind him. For those of you who don't know how we race at VR Room, all these drivers are running with no driver's aids. That's no traction control, no driving line assist, no stability management, and importantly no ABS. So the drivers are just using their skill to keep the car on the road. Further back you can see Breaker feinting a move into that was 90-degree corner. Now we're into Victory corner, and Breaker is all over N10. So we ride with N10 coming out of Victory. Breaker swarming all over the back of N10, flashing his lights. That's what Breaker speak for, I'm going to pass you here. Oh, is he though? And N10 saw him coming, left a bit of room, and whoa, bit of a bang there. I don't think anything was intended, but there's damage on N10's car. No damage on Breaker's car that I can see, but it may be damaged. But we'll go on board with Slash now. Here we go. In 2nd place, just easing away from Stuntman and putting some pressure on Jordan, the pole man. Field all super close at this stage. Into the S-bend. As I say, we've got no driving aids on. We've also got all the realism set to full. For example, if you go off track, that's set to realistic. If you The slipstream is set to, well, as realistic as we can set it in Gran Turismo. Meanwhile, there's a battle going on here between Breaker and N10, and oh, I think Breaker had gone off, and N10 managed to repass. So Breaker still in that 5th place, and the top 3 breaking away from these two, and then there's another pack behind. We're going to go on board with Dylan, who's fighting hard with Malada. Let's look at this from the outside shot, 2 abreast through 90 degree, and excellent driving, people showing each other respect, leaving each other room, racing room, and that means you have great racing. Oh, and Dylan off. Oh, that was unlucky, and he got hit by Slicker. Not Slicker's fault at all. Dylan spun across his bows, and that's damage on both those cars. So Dylan resumes at the back. Meanwhile, with the leaders Jordan, Slash, and Stuntman, Breaker has just passed N10 whilst all that's been going on. This is N10's view, and the top 5 closing up again. Malada is up to 6th now that Dylan's off. This is Malada's rear view. That's Genobi up to 7th. So Genobi's having a good race, but he's under attack from Slicker. And Genobi makes a mistake. Slicker goes through. So Slicker up to 7th with that damaged car. Genobi 8th, Rayman 9th. We need to look at the leaders because it's Slash in the lead now. Slash from Jordan with Stunt and Breaker in close attendance. And is he just falling off the back of this group? He may be. But the important thing is that I think he's still within a 1.5 seconds of the back of that group, which means he will get the slipstream. But look how close this is. Jordan in the yellow car in a sea of red. As they come down to 90 degree, Slash defending Jordan, looking to the outside. Slash holds on. We're going to ride on board with Stuntman in 3rd place. Oh, and a little bit of contact there with Jordan. All a bit messy that, but no damage done. Jordan didn't really lose any time. Stuntman lost a bit. And Breaker, I think, lost a little bit behind Stuntman. We'll go on board with Breaker. Is he going to throw one up the inside? No. But, meanwhile, Jordan is on the attack. Getting a good slipstream, but he's bump drafting Slash rather than trying to pass. Into turn 3. Now, if you can get a good exit out of 3 and slipstream all the way through 4, fall air is flat out, and here comes Jordan. It's going to be a pass for the lead, I think, into the next corner. And Slash sees him coming, leaves room, and that's Jordan through and into the lead. Here's his rear cam. Stunt still 3rd from Breaker. Then N10 and a little bit off the back of the group, and then Malada. He's putting in solid lap times now, but it's the lone RX-7, well, not the only one, but the only one at the front in the lead from a swarm of Garias. And Breaker has gone past Stuntman. Oh, we need to go to the outside shot here. Oops, wrong button. Here we go. It's Slash from Jordan. Breaker is trying to go around the outside of Jordan. Stunt trying to pass on the inside. And this is gonna get very hairy down into 90 degree curve. There's so many cars so close together. It's still Slash though. Breaker and Jordan side by side. Stunt looking for a way through. Oh, Slash very slow out of 90 degree, and they bunch up even more. And it's Breaker up to 2nd. Jordan down to 3rd. Through victory. Riding on board with Slash on the rear camera. That's Breaker on the inside going for the lead, and Jordan looking for a bit of a gap, and Jordan is alongside. We can go to the outside view again. All depends who's in the slipstream. It's Slash in the slipstream of the leader. And all this battling means that N10 is closing up. They're all getting in each other's way ahead of him, and N10 in the Celica in 5th place, pulling on to the back of this queue. Oh, and it's Slash going for the lead, is he? No. Had a good think about that one, but thought probably decided that he was going to end up in contact and just let Breaker resume in the lead. Here comes Slash again though, on the inside. Not quite alongside, and backs out of it. What an excellent race these guys are driving. Meanwhile, Malada is on his own. This is the battle for 7th, which is now Genobi from Slicker, from Rayman. Those three very close together. Dylan has pitted and is well out of contention. He'll be hoping for a yellow flag. We need to see the leaders as they come down the back straight, and it's Scalebreaker pulling to the right to defend. Slash has got the run, but that leaves him on the outside, and Slash going around the outside, bit of contact, and Slash in the gravel. I think he went in there a bit fast. The contact didn't help, but I think he might have been going off anyway. That's my opinion of that. Slash may see it differently, so Breaker now leads. This is his rear camper. Here comes Jordan, and we've got cars off in the background. That was Stuntman, and I think he and N10 had a wobble there. What I'm going to do is just rewind just a little bit. So we'll rewind to here and have a look at Stuntman's forward view. You can see Slash going off into the gravel. He's quite a long way in the gravel, and it was only a very small touch. That's why I think he may have been going there anyway. And here's Stunt, and he just runs wide. And N10 behind him does the same thing, but doesn't get us sideways coming out the corner. So N10 up to 3rd, Stunt down to 4th, and he's got Malada closing in. This is on board with Malada. You can see Stunt weaving a little bit to try and scrub his tyres up. Malada looking to the outside. This is the rear view from Malada, so Slash is got back going and is in the group battling for 4th place. Meanwhile, Breaker and Jordan are side by side. Here they are for the lead. Just see the RX-7 perhaps slightly faster on the straight than the Garaya, and but that's not deterring Scalebreaker. He tries to run around the outside. It's still side by side. Now Jordan just ahead. Is Breaker going to throw one up the inside? He is. They're side by side again into the S-curve, but Jordan holds on. It's Jordan in the lead. It's still from Breaker. Meanwhile, this is Stuntman under big pressure from Malada. Stunt's been having to defend. And Slash as well, but look at Breaker having a look-see up the inside. Jordan has to pull straight to the right-hand side of the track to protect the inside line. They're on completely the wrong side of the track for the racing line as they swing to the correct side. Now here comes Breaker. No. Oh, it's a great shot where they run over the top of the camera there on the curb. Meanwhile, further back, we can see this is Slicker with Genobi and Rayman. And they're battling really hard for 7th, 8th and 9th. Also battling hard. Here we go. Malada attacking Stuntman again, and Malada not quite alongside. Just brakes a little bit early to make sure there isn't contact. Meanwhile, here comes Scalebreaker on Jordan. We're on lap 7 of 8 already. This race is absolutely flying by. There's stuff to see everywhere. We've got these two duking it out for the lead. Breaker in the slipstream, and here he's not having he's just having a feint there. He's going to try for the cutback out of the corner. Doesn't manage it. N10, here he is still in third, but dropping back from the two leaders. Fourth is Stuntman, just with a slight gap now to Malada and Slash. And Slash now piling the pressure on Malada. So that's the one I want to watch. Here we go. So through V curve, coming up to the hairpin. Oh, there's action at the front, I think. Here's Breaker trying a different line, but went deep into the hairpin to try and get the cut on the get a fast exit. And here it comes side by side with Jordan into 90 degree. And Jordan hanging on to that lead. Meanwhile, N10, his rear camera has been caught by Stuntman. So they come through victory. N10, Stunt, Malada and Slash all in a line. Further back, this is Genobi's rear camera. He's still 7th, but Rayman has gone past Slicker, so Rayman up to 8th. And we've got Scalebreaker and Jordan swapping the lead. Here they come. We're now on the final lap into turn 3, and it's Breaker from Jordan. But Jordan is nicely placed for the slipstream, especially as the RX-7 is a little bit quicker. Meanwhile, Stuntman ran the outside. He's just gone around the outside of N10 through 3 and 4. So brave move from Stuntman, and Slash and Malada have caught, and we've got 4 cars now dicing for 3rd place. Meanwhile, Breaker and Jordan side by side into S, and Jordan on the inside. Breaker turned in, but I think Jordan had the line there, so Jordan back in front. Oh, Breaker a little ragged, kicking up the dirt. Jordan in the lead. Meanwhile, that Stunt is 3rd. There's a battle for 4th, and N10 is under pressure from both sides. N10, whoa, big sideways moment for N10, and Malada is trying to pass N10 and Slash. Meanwhile, here come the 2 leaders down into 90 degree corner. A bit of a bump there, and oh, Breaker's lost the rear into the gravel, and oh, he's lost it good and proper. Stunt goes past, and here come the others. Oh, there's cars everywhere. Oh, what a mess this is. And oh, Breaker sideways, and I don't know who's going to come 3rd there. It was N10 just got it from Malada and Breaker and Slash. So, well, that was a finish and a half. Meanwhile, here come Slicker, Genobi and Rayman, and Slicker just takes 7th with that damaged Celica. So, great racing by him. And that was an incredible last lap. There was so much going on. I'm afraid I missed some of it, but there were 3 battles that I needed to cover all at the same time. So, we'll have a quick look at the old live timing, and fastest lap was a 57.4 to Stuntman. Next fastest, the only other, oh no, it was Scalebreaker 57.7 / 57.9, Jordan 58.00, and everyone, well, N10's 58, Malada 58.0, and then Slicker, Genobi, Rayman and Dylan kind of in a different race, but they were only 17-18 seconds behind at the end. Right, well, that was a fantastic race. Please join me again for round 3 of the championship, which is the reverse grid held at the same racetrack, and the reverse grid usually provides a stormer of a race, so stay tuned for that one.